Hello students, it is the totally last moment for the JEE Main April session. So I think your जो preparation होना था preparation तो हो गया है. So at the very last moment which we need that we have to revise the important formulas. So in this video we have discussed the most important formulas and necessary formulas for the calculus from limit to that differential equation. So must study well, and in this video I have discussed very fast. I told very fast because time is very less. So the students, those who are thinking that I am telling very fast, तुम थोड़ा सा just थोड़ा सा stop करके ये video को stop करके देखो. And those students who are thinking that you are totally ready for the JEE examination, just थोड़ा सा fast forward करके 1.5 speed में और 2 speed में एक बार करके इसको ready कर लो, because this is very effective formulas which I have discussed. All the required formula, needed formula I have discussed here. Okay, so we'll start. So let's start with the limit formulas. So in this case, whatever I am saying that important formulas which you have to keep in mind, and regularly in the JEE examination questions are coming. So first of all, this is coming, these formulas, these are normal important formulas. So I am just going to the main important formulas which you have to keep in mind, that is limit x tend to 0 sin x by x equal to 1. Similarly, limit x tend to 0 x by sin x is also coming 1, and this is coming also tan x by x equal to 1, sin inverse x by x equal to 1, tan inverse x by x equal to 1. Okay everybody, and sin x degree by x, this is x degree. So in this case sin x degree by x, this is also this is x degree, sin x degree by x, this is also coming pi by 180. Remember one thing, pi is not 180 degree, pi is 3.14. So limit x tend to 0 cos x equal to 1. So under this situation I want to tell you one thing, if it is coming why not limit x tend to 0 box of cos x. So this is very interesting question, and everybody, box of cos x, it means if I tell you here that limit x tend to 0 box of cos x is not 1, because x is tending towards 0 and cos theta is the, everybody, cos theta is the even function. So we can say here x is not exactly 0, x is tending towards 0, therefore box of cos x equal to 0. So remember one thing like this. And if it is given limit x tend to 0 box of sin x, this is coming to be does not exist, because for x, for right hand limit, everyone, for right hand limit x is greater than 0, it means x is, answer is 0, and for left hand limit x is less than 0 ka box is -1, close to the 0. So in this way you have to keep in mind, that we'll do later. I have a lot of videos on this. So let us come to the main point first. So now limit x tend to a, because JEE examination mein you have to solve the sum in such a way that you have to do very fast calculation. Okay, and sin inverse x, limit x tend to a sin inverse x equal to sin inverse a, these are okay. And very important formula, limit x tend to infinity, this is very important formula, limit x tend to infinity sin x by x equal to not 1, this is 0. Because what is the reason behind it, as let y equal to 1 by x, as x tend to infinity, y tend to 0, therefore limit y tend to 0, y sin 1 by y. You have to remember like, but this is a very last moment, so I am not explaining, I am just show you the main formula. So since y tend to 0, this is sin theta lying between -1 and +1, but this limit is 0 due to the y. So this is the way. Okay, so I am not coming to the total explanation. Our target is we have to know the what is most important formulas for the examination. So log of 1 plus x by x, log x tend to e, log e base e is 1. So this is the thing, and mostly everybody, this formula is very important, limit x tend to 0. Now it is 1 to the power infinity form is very important. So 1 plus x whole to the power 1 by x equal to e, and this is also e. Nowadays everybody, formula based questions are not coming. So what is coming nowadays? Now it is coming based on the series based formulas on limit. I have one video for the JEE examination, so you must see this. So series based examination, it means there are 7 forms of the L'Hopital: 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, infinity minus infinity, 0 into infinity, 1 to the power infinity, 0 to the power 0, and infinity to the power 0. These 7 forms now it is coming in the examination. And whatever we'll do here, just remember L'Hopital is okay, you know L'Hopital. And most importantly, everybody, nowadays in limit is regularly coming in JEE Main examination. If you think about the January exam, limit is regularly coming. So one very important thing, one very important part is that you have to use the series, because L'Hopital's में 0/0 form or infinity by infinity form में सबसे बड़ा problem is there by differentiation the sum will be very long. Better you have to apply the series method. Okay, if we apply the series method, so you have to remember this series. So I am telling you, this is one formulas. I am giving the permanent marking. One formulas, e to the power x is one formulas, and log of 1 plus x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 minus x to the power 4 by 4. So sin x ka series, cos x ka series, tan x ka series, sin inverse x ka series, cos inverse x series. These are very important, and some important result which you have to keep in mind. This important result, so that you can solve the sum very fast. One is the limit x tend to 0, 1 minus cos mx by 1 minus cos mx is m square by n square. Actually, that what is the thing? Limit x, actually the thing is that limit x tends to 0, 1 minus, suppose cos mx is 2 sin square mx by 2. Actually, this is the reason. So I am not going to the details. And in this case, there are some important formulas which you have to keep in mind for the examination hall. And if you want to go by calculation, it cannot be solve the sum very easily. Okay. Now this is another formula. Limit x tend to 0, 1 plus ax whole to the power b by x equal to e to the power a into b. These type of formulas applications are regularly coming for the JEE Main examination. Okay, and one more important formula, limit m tend to infinity cos x by m whole to the power m equal to 1. So everybody, I am not showing how it is coming. Today's session is that you can solve the sum, you can solve the formula very fast. Okay, so sandwich theorem, obviously you know, generally sandwich theorem is utilized in JEE Main examination when there is a box function based question. For box based question, it is you can 99% cases you can use the sandwich theorem. Okay, everybody. Now continuity, this graph is very important. Y equal to 1 by x, actually xy equal to c square graph. This is the hyperbolic function. So this is very much important nowadays. Now discontinuity, type of discontinuity nowadays question is coming. So missing point, just see one thing here. It has been given if fx x tend to a fx exists and it is not equal to fa. Okay, so this type of discontinuity is called missing point discontinuity. It means what? Left hand limit, right hand limit exists, but at x equal to a limit does not exist. It means we have to, that point is missing. That is why missing point discontinuity, and all other things are there. These are not so much important, but remember one thing, jump function is very important. What is the jump function? The limit x tend to a minus fx and limit x tend to a plus fx both exist, but not equal. Then one is the, suppose x tend to a minus, this is lower, suppose lower or higher and value, and x tend to a plus is some another lower and higher. So then you have to go jump to make the continuity. This is actually concept. That is why it is called the jump function. Okay, this is the total thing of the continuity. And about differentiability, a function is differentiable at a point if it is a smooth curve. This is the most important concept. Okay, and mathematically, this limit x tend to a fx minus fa by x minus a, then the function is differentiable, and this is the left hand derivative, this is the right hand derivative. Differentiability of a function is said to be differentiable if the function is differentiable every point in the interval. Actually, differential calculus ka concept it is. Okay. Now these are very important for the continuity differentiability, because everybody on the continuity differentiability total calculus is standing. So these are the fx equal to x, these are y equal to x function. So this is the domain range. Just see one thing, for constant function is okay, polynomial function and greatest integer function, everybody, this does the matter. This is greatest integer function, domain is all the r, range is I, and fractional function. There are two things for which JEE Main is coming difficult. One is the greatest, there are also another thing, but two things does the matter. One is the greatest integer function, one is the fractional function, one is the signum function. Okay, so in this case, fractional value, fractional function. Fraction means any value lying between 0 to 1. So for this, just I want to tell you one thing, fractional minus x. Fractional minus x when x not belongs to I. This is coming 1 minus fractional x. Okay, everybody, these are very, very important. Very important, this formula. And signum function, obviously, you know, signum function, what it is telling that fx equal to mod x by x, where x get less than 0, it is minus 1. When x equal to 0, it is 0. When x greater than 0, it is coming to be 1. So domain of the signum function is this, but the range, whatever may be the function within the signum, the domain is R, but range is this. Okay. Now, this domain range, you must see the domain range of the tan function, the domain range of the cosec function, domain range of sec theta, and these are arc function. It means sin inverse x ka domain -1 to +1. Nowadays, regularly questions are coming on the sin inverse, cos inverse. So this is -1 to +1. Range also -π/2 to +π/2. Okay. So cos inverse x is called the arc cosine. So domain is -1 to +1, because in case of inverse function, domain becomes codomain y equal to sin x. For getting bijective function, what is the domain? Just see, if you see one thing like this. So this is y equal to sin x. So this is coming to be like this. So -1 to +1, the function is bijective. Therefore, its image with respect to x, its image with respect to y equal to x as the meter. So this becomes the graph of the inverse function. Okay. So in this case, you have to keep in mind cos inverse x, tan inverse x, and cosec inverse x, sec inverse x. These are very important. Cot inverse x. So domain and range of the inverse mapping is very important for the JEE examination. Now I am coming to the differentiation. Everybody, there is nothing to say about the differentiation, because you know the differentiation. Just a minute. You have to keep in mind all these things. For the differentiation, when you will do the differentiation of, just see this, everybody, you will keep in mind, when the expression is a square minus x square, you have to take x equal to a sin theta. Better than cos theta, sin theta is better. More than cos theta, sin theta is better. A square plus x square, x equal to a tan theta, because more than cot theta, tan theta is better. And whenever this type of sums are there, a minus x by a plus x will do. So we have to take some trigonometric function. It means so that the thing is coming out of the root. This should be the target actually. Okay. And a cos x plus b sin x, whenever differentiation case, will take a equal to r cos theta and b equal to r sin theta. Not only for the differentiation, for all cases better. This is a general substitution method. Okay, right? Now I am not getting here on the remember one thing, this is very important for generally those who are giving the WBG exam, for them to very important. Okay, so in this case, y equal to fx to the power fx to the power fx up to infinity, then dy dx equal to y square f dash x by fx into 1 minus y log x. This is very important formula, very important formula. And one more thing, y equal to f of we have seen a lot of sums, everybody, like y equal to root of r of sin x plus root of r of sin x up to infinity. For this type of sum I am telling you. So this is the shortest way of calculation. Not that you will take whatever you do generally. Don't do that, because generally what you do, y equal to sin x plus y, do the whole square, then take it in the left, then right. No, not in this way, because for JEE Main examination and it is the second attempt, everybody are prepared. So you have to do the proper way. Now differentiation of the determinant ka differentiation, you see one thing, for differentiation of the determinant we'll do the separate ways. One row, then keep other constant, plus another row ka differentiation, keep other constant. In this way it will go. Okay, so you must see all these things. And there are something nowadays question is coming in JEE examination, you have to keep in mind that the successive differentiation. So d dx of nth time derivative of sin ax is a to the power n sin n pi by 2 plus x plus b. Remember this, everybody. Okay, because for April examination there are some critical questions are coming regularly, always in some last years. So d dx of, so much is not needed, d dx of log of ax plus b. So -1 to the power n minus 1 factorial a to the power n by ax plus b whole to the power n. Everyone, actually it is a very last moment. So for this you have to keep in mind. Okay, so and d dx of nth time derivative of e to the power x, a to the power, because e to the power x, the concept is a simple concept, that e to the power x, and what will do, that a e to the power x, second time a square e to the power x, third time a cube e to the power x. So everybody, in this way you have to calculate. And this is some another problem, that is ddx of nth time e to the power x sin bx plus c. So this is a thing where r is this root over s square plus b square. These are the only things which you have to keep in mind. I am not going to the partial. It is not partial and application derivative, everyone. If we see the nature of the question, this time from AOD in the January month, very less number of question came. So, and moreover, tangent normal is not in the JEE Main syllabus. For JEE Advanced, we'll calculate properly. And for Rolle's theorem is very important, because for the second attempt, what question is coming? Because with the first attempt, there very less number of question from AOD came. Okay, so what is the Rolle's theorem? If fx is a function, if x is continuous and differentiable in the open interval, fx is a continuous in the closed interval, continuous and differentiable in the open interval, then if a equal to fb, then there is this one value c, such that, what does it mean? If a equal to fb ka matlab, so these two height are same, there must be one turning point, everybody. This is the main target of the Rolle's theorem. And most important statement of the Rolle's theorem is that if any two roots, if fx is continuous for any continuous function, if any two roots of fx equal to 0, there exists one root of f dash x equal to 0. So these are very important for the JEE Main, JEE Advanced examination. I'll discuss in detail all these things. Okay, and for Lagrange's theorem, that f dash c equal to fb minus fp by b minus a, already have done, everyone. Just keep in mind, I am just making the main formulas, so I am not going all these things. And one more thing, everyone, critical point. Critical point is the turning point of the graph. And remember one thing, you have to remember something. So in this case, if fx is differentiable function, then f dash x vanish as every local max or local min, obviously. Why f dash x vanish? Because if the function is continuous, with differentiable function means continuous function, so it will change like this. So every peak point is a maximum or minimum. So this is the case. And when double derivative is coming to be 0, the point is at any point where double derivative is 0, the point is called the point of inflection. Point of inflection. Okay, and these are the main things. And for finding the maximum minimum, because this chapter is very important, and in January month, very less number of question came from maximum minimum. So there is a chance, everybody. Our function is max at x equal to a if f dash a equal to 0 and f dash x greater than 0. Remember one thing, for max the curve is like this. Curve is increasing fast, then decreasing. Okay, so from increasing to decreasing, there is a point here. There is a point here. It means, so first is increasing, then it is decreasing. So between increasing and decreasing, there is a point, everyone. So this is coming double derivative. It means rate of change of the first it is increasing f dash x greater than 0, then it's f dash x less than 0. So the function double derivative, why double derivative is negative? Because final to initial, decreasing minus increasing, that is coming negative. That is why for divided double derivative test is a negative for the max. Similarly for the mean, in this way we'll proceed, everybody. And second derivative test, obviously for second derivative is 0, what I told you, the point is called the point of inflection. Okay, because remember one thing, JEE Main is the test for your knowledge. Okay, and in this case, injectivity, surjectivity already I have done. I have given one video. In short, I have done this. And another very important, everybody, that indefinite integral. Indefinite integral is not important for indefinite integral, but it is important for the definite integral differential equation. तुमको integration अच्छे से करना चाहिए, otherwise a big section will be a problem. Okay, ताले हमरा start करी ताले, everybody. So in this case, all this integration is the reverse of the differentiation. So here it has been log of sin x, a derivative cot x. So cot x का integration log of sin x. So these are, it's okay, these are okay continuation. But what I want to tell you, the important method for this is very important. F dash x by fx equal to log of fx plus c. Why it is? Because if we take fx equal to t, then its derivative is f dash t, that dt by t is log t. This is the reason. Okay, ऐसा करके तुमको पढ़ना चाहिए जैसा हम बोल रहा हूँ. So ax plus b whole to the power n. This is the formula, keep in mind. there are some formulas which you have to remember, which you have to keep in mind for first calculation. Your main target is to do the first calculation. Just I am showing you something. So these are the trigonometry formula. Sin square nx is 1 minus cos 2 nx by 2. Cos square nx is 1 plus, because in calculus there is huge application of the trigonometry. Although trigonometry is not coming in nowadays JEE, but trigonometry is very much important for solving the calculus only. Okay, everybody. So these are the formulas. Just keep in mind, remember the formulas. And 2 sin A, sin B, cos A, cos B, these are the things. Now, what I want to tell you for the indefinite integral, because indefinite integral takes lot of time. For area under the curve, for differential equation, it takes too much time due to the indefinite integral only. So everybody be careful with the indefinite integral and solve some remember some important substitution. So in this case, whenever this type of thing is there, we'll take x equal to a tan theta. Actually, we have to put some trigonometric function so that it is coming out of the root over. That is the main concept. So in this case, x square minus x square root over x square minus x square, better x equal to a sin theta. Okay, and for in this case, this is another important. So when this type of case is there, a square plus x square, or this is 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta. So whenever this type of thing, you have to just remember the multiple submultiple formulas. See once again the multiple submultiple formulas, and for trigonometry I'll come with at the last moment, because trigonometry is the chapter which you have to, the most important, which you have to keep in the last moment. For the last moment trigonometry I'll try to come. First of all, our target is calculus. Next day I'll give you the algebra. These are the most important. Then code geometry. After that, if we get, because time is 4-5 days, because by this short time it is not so easy to do all these things. Achha, now these 6 are the most important formulas, everybody. So these are the most important formulas, and whenever what I want to tell you, the main formulas, this type of formulas, x plus b. So in this case, numerator equal to, everybody see this, numerator equal to in this case derivative of the numerator equal to in this case denominator. Here it has been given some mistake. Numerator equal to denominator plus derivative of the denominator. If we can express numerator like this, then it will be easier for us to eliminate the denominator. Okay, that is the main target. Achha, now I am going to the next portion, and remember one thing, everybody, just ready for this type of calculation. Now it is coming regularly, that is dx by x to the power 4 plus 1. This best question, root tan x best question, these are extremely important for the JEE Main examination. Okay, so I am going to the e to the power fx, and nowadays regularly this question is coming, e to the power x into fx plus f dash x. Why I am telling very fast? Because you have very short time. तुम थोड़ा सा 1.5 स्पीड में भी देखो, just revise once this thing. This is very important. Okay, so e to the power x fx plus f dash x equal to e to the power x into fx plus c. Directly, whenever e to the power x is multiplied with fx plus f dash x, it can be algebraic function, it can be log function, it can be maybe lot function, it can be trigonometric function. So generally we have to apply this type of formulas. This formula is very important. Okay, and these are another important sums, everyone. E to the power x sin bx, e to the power x cos bx, and these 3 formulas. Remember this, learn it, because nowadays questions are coming, and in the examination hall, if you want to derive, you are gone. Okay, it should not be. Partial fraction is not nowadays, it's not very much important, so I am skipping the partial fraction. So everyone, these formulas I am going through, तुम थोड़ा सा stop करके देखना. And main chapter is the definite integral. I am going to the definite integral. Okay, for definite integral, a to b fx dx equal to f to b fz dz, because in this case the a b is not a problem. Okay, so a to b fx dx equal to minus b to a, this is the reversibility property. Okay, from this reversible work can be calculated. Okay, and this is case a to a fx dx. So between a to a, it means it's a point for a function, so it's 0 because point has no initiate. And in this case, a to b if C lying between A and B, so A to B fx dx, we can partially break partition, we can make the partition for the definite integral A to C, C to B. And for the generalization, so in this case we can partly break and we'll go to the definite integral. Okay, so in this case, most important formula is called, this is called the king property. This is called the king property, and this is the most important nowadays, regularly coming. Most important and regularly coming is this king property. This king property, A to 0 to A fx dx equal to 0 to A f of A minus x dx. When if I tell you one sum, one previous JEE question, root over sin x by root over of sin x plus root over of cos x. How to solve this sum? How we can solve this sum? Just see one thing. Just this is I, and I am using this king property. This king property I am using. So what I'll do? So king property. So root over of sin pi by 2 minus x is cos x. So root over of cos x by sin pi by 2 minus x cos x plus root over of sin x dx. So this is I. So see one thing. This is I. This is also I. So I plus I, 2I denominator same. So it can be cancelled. So in this case we can say really. So 2I equal to 0 to pi by 2 dx. So that is coming pi by 2. So I equal to pi by 4. So these are some standard result I am showing you. If you can remember, it will be very much very good for you. Acha. Next, 0 to 2 fx dx is 0 to A plus 0 to A f of A minus A. This is called the queen property. So another very important. For example, 0 to pi by 2 log of sin x. So this type of sum you must prepare, everybody. I have done in class, I have done all the things for the IIT JEE. Okay, and I'll take a lot of classes for JEE Advanced also, because it's a very last moment. And minus A to A fx dx, that is 0 to A plus 0 to A f of minus x. And under this situation, if I go to the even odd property, where I cannot see here even odd property. For even odd property, everybody, 0 to A fx dx, 0 to A fx dx minus A to A fx dx equal to 0 if the function is even, and minus A to A fx dx equal to 2 into 0 to A if the function is odd. Okay, you have to revise like this, you have to prepare like this, whatever I am telling you. I am telling not for myself, I am telling for you only. So remember like this. And these are the important periodic property. Out of this, 0 to nt fx dx equal to n into 0 to t fx dx. Suppose 0 to 8 pi sin x dx. So 4 into 0 to 2 pi sin x dx, because sin x period is 2 pi like this. So this is very important. This is very important. These 5 properties are very, very important. And everybody, nowadays this question is coming from here. Nowadays regularly question is coming from here, which is a Newton-Leibniz formula. Newton-Leibniz formula must prepare well. And everybody, I have done number of videos, and I have taken number of sums on Newton-Leibniz formula, and must be ready on this. And fx is the odd function, and phi x equal to a to x ft dt is the even function. If a function is odd function, its integration is the even function. For example, sin x is the odd function. Sin x integration minus cos x. Minus c is outside. So minus cos x is the even function. So think like this. Okay. So I'm telling very fast because you have the very short time, but you can just stop or forward. You can see this video, and this is very very important video for you. Everybody must see this. And in this case, minus infinity to b. So since it is minus infinity in the definite integral on the x-axis, minus infinity is not there. Okay, because calculus is the real analysis. Therefore, a tend to minus infinity, a to b fx dx. Okay, everybody. So this is the thing. And this nowadays the Wallis theorem is very important, because whatever I told you, for January attempt was something different. For January के लिए तुमको separate strategy बनाना पड़ेगा, लेकिन for April is something different, because for the April everybody is prepared. Okay, so question will be coming like this. So 0 to pi by 2 sin to the power nx equal to 0 to pi by 2 cos to the power nx equal to, this formula is very, very important. This formula is very, very important. When n is the even number, odd number, when n is the even number, these two formulas is very, very important. Must practice with this. How will you practice? Suppose 0 to pi by 2 sin to the power 5x, 0 to pi by 2 sin to the power 6x. This type way, just 3-4 times if you can practice, ये तुम्हारे लिए easy हो जाएगा. Some important integral. So 0 to pi by 2 sine to the power mx into cos to the power nx must remember. So one example is here. So this example must keep it. 0 to pi by 2 sine to the power 6x cos to the power 3x. 0 to pi by 2 sine to the power 8x cos to the power 2x, and this is on this. This is a calculation, and just everybody regarding M and N, this is a calculation. The summation of series, nowadays question is coming on this. Nowadays questions are coming on the summation of series. So 0 to 1 fx dx and some standard result for which I was waiting. This some standard result ka matlab, this standard result, if you can remember, I have seen in previous JEE Main examination, sums are coming directly. So directly you can put the value whenever you are getting the opportunity to put the formula directly. So you can put it directly. What we'll do, 0 to pi by 2, what I showed you, sine to the power x plus this, answer is pi by 4. What I showed you previously. So root sin x by, where did I do this? कहाँ पे किए थे हम? ये sin to the power n by sin to the power n plus cos to the power n. Very important. This is a previous JEE Main का question. Where is there? Yes. Now 0 to pi by 2 tan to the power, same thing. Acha, cot is same thing. Similarly 0 to pi by 2 tan to the power n by tan to the power n plus cot. The same way I showed you one way. So by that way we can do this, because at the last moment we have no time for showing the, and everybody, very important sum. On the basis of this sum, number of times question came in JEE Main examination, some JEE Advanced examination. Okay, so JEE Advanced के लिए I'll take the classes, but for JEE Main examination तुमको अच्छे से करना चाहिए. And remember this minus 5/2 log 2. It's all format important. It's all format is very much important. 0 to pi by 2 log of sin x equal to minus 5/2 log 2. Okay. Next, 0 to pi by 2 log of tan x is same thing. It's okay. Now I am going to the application of integral. Application of integral is nothing but the area under the curve. And you have to remember some formulas. These formulas, everybody, these are the curve. A y square equal to x cube, and this is y equal to x cube. This type of formulas, this type of curve you have to keep in mind, because these are very common curve for the entrance examination. So I am not going to the details of this because I have some videos. I am not going this, and this is another important chapter. This is a differential equation. For differential equation ka order and degree of the differential equation. How to find order and degree? You must know this. Order means first order, second order, third order, which is called the order. Okay, so highest order must be, suppose d2 by dx square. For example, I want to show you one thing. For example, this type of sum. For this type of sums, highest order, third order, this is second order. So highest order and highest order ka highest power. But remember one thing, like molecularity and order in the chemistry, this order and degree cannot be fractional number. It must be always positive integral number. Accordingly, you should change it. If it is a fractional number given, you should change it to be the integral number. General solution, and most importantly, this inspection method. These are nowadays regularly coming, and any sums which you are solving by, generally 99% cases, any sum which you are solving by normal method, we can solve, or anyone can solve. You can solve. Anyone, we can. I am not going. So anyone, you can solve the sum by this inspection method, and you have to learn it. X dy minus plus y dx equal to dxy, y dx minus x dy. So everybody, whatever I am telling you, must learn all this. These are simple differentiation formula, so must learn all this. Till this is enough. All these formulas, so that whenever you can just get it to this form, then sum will be done. Otherwise, you have to solve the sum, you have to take some substitution, sum will be very long. Differential equation is that chapter, area under the curve is that chapter where sum is coming extremely long sum. So you should avoid. Then you have to remember all these things, that inspection method, this also. Okay. Homogeneous y equal to vx. So everybody, that all this homogeneous equation, reducible to the homogeneous equation, all the sum, linear differential equation, that integrating factor based question. Remember one thing, all these sums you can solve by inspection method if you have very good hold on the calculus, and for JEE Advanced it will be very much beneficial. I'll take a number of classes on the JEE Advanced examination, everybody. First of all, JEE Main ko acha karo. This is very important. So everybody, that's all. And what is the orthogonal trajectory? One more thing I forgot to tell you. What is the orthogonal trajectory? Orthogonal trajectory is any curve which cuts every member of the given family of curve at right angle. Okay, so what to do? That for the curve, just C is the parameter here. For the curve, differentiate with respect to x and eliminate the arbitrary constant. Now this, after eliminating, that is dy dx is coming, that dy dx and original say you have to remove the arbitrary constant. Now instead of dy dx put minus dx dy, because I can tell you why, because I have done number of I told this equation I think in my life 1000 times. Okay, so this is instead of dy dx put minus dx dy and just calculate. Okay everyone, this is the orthogonal trajectory, and next video I will be coming on algebra, must study well, and I have showed you the actual important formulas for the JEE examination. Bye everybody.